Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm doing a review on the Angelus Boxing Mexican-made Pro Fight gloves. So check it out. Hey guys, Carlo here. Today I'm doing a review on the Angelus Boxing Mexican-made Pro Fight gloves. I'm a big Niners fan, so you know I had to get it in this beautiful metallic red and metallic gold colorway. 10 ounces, it is a lace-up only model because it is a fight glove. You can also get these in 8 ounces in multiple different colorways. You can check out on their social media, mainly on their Instagram. If you go to the Angelus Boxing Instagram, you'll see that they have multiple photos of both their fight and their training gloves. The Boxer Boutique also sells the training glove versions as well for $180. Just to kind of give you guys a heads up, I did purchase these gloves secondhand on eBay. So I was not the original owner of these gloves, but when I did receive them, they were pretty much in like new, brand new condition. Whoever was using it before me probably used it maybe a handful of times, if that, if any, and then just kind of decided to pass them on. So I actually got these on eBay, mainly because I was searching, looking for rare gloves or hard to find gloves. I stumbled upon these. I had not tried their fight gloves at that point in time. And then the red and gold colorway and metallic was just kind of really sealed the deal for me. So I decided to pull the trigger and get these gloves. So the price that I paid on eBay is not going to be reflective of what they sell them for. So I did want to give you guys a heads up on that. I would reach out to Angelus and see what they give you in terms of pricing, because it could be a little bit different depending on the colors you get. They might charge more for metallics and other exotic type of material. So something to keep in mind. Again, Boxer Boutique does sell the training version of Angelus on his website for $180 for those of you that are wondering. It's made of full genuine cowhide leather. On the exterior of the glove, you also have a polyester satin liner in navy blue on the inside of the hand compartment. And the padding over the knuckle is definitely what you consider your contemporary Mexican puncher style padding. It's very soft in firmness. I would venture to say, kind of feeling it out in using the gloves, there may be a little bit of a pocket of horsehair in there, but it definitely feels like a open cell foam, very soft, perhaps maybe a latex or polyurethane in there, but it's very, very soft. So for those of you that love puncher style gloves where you can just feel your knuckles go right through, then you would love these gloves. If you don't, then you probably would hate them. If you're somebody that needs more protection, you need more density, you need something more shock absorbent, then this definitely is not that glove, but it is very, very soft over the knuckles. And lastly, the gloves are manufactured in Mexico. Now, from a sizing profile standpoint, compared to other 10-ounce fight gloves, in terms of height and width, they're pretty comparable. I'd say maybe they're a little bit larger than some of the other fight gloves I've done, like Grant, No Boxing, No Life, Leaders USA. I mean, there's so many out there now, but I'd say they're maybe a little bit larger. The other thing that's noticeable is going to be the wrist support or the wrist cuff. On this glove, it actually kind of is more parallel with the total width of the glove, and almost kind of flares out the bottom, where some other Mexican-made fight gloves, it's a little bit more tapered inwards. With this, it's a little bit larger. So what I found with that is when I have my hand in the glove, it's definitely more roomier right here towards the bottom. There's more space in between my forearm, and maybe it's just because I have skinny ass forearms, I don't know. But for those of you that might have larger forearms and your wrist, this will definitely be more accommodating in this section of the glove. But you can definitely see that there's definitely more room. Even with this glove completely laced up and tied off, there's more room in the wrist and forearm area. So something to keep in mind. And the metallic leather on here looks amazing. Very high quality. It does have that very strong leather smell to it. So you see that. And it has a kind of a smooth texture. You have their logo, the Angelus logo, which I think looks amazing as well. I think they did a great job with the Angelus logo. And that logo, it's almost like a foil metallic that is heat transferred onto the back, but that looks great. So in terms of logos, I know we talk about this in other review videos on what makes a good logo, something that's memorable. I think they did a pretty good job with their logo. Coming down to the back of the wrist support, you know, like a lot of fight gloves, if not all fight gloves, there's not a really big emphasis on wrist support because the gloves are designed to be in a fight, right? So they're trying to keep on point with weight. If you want something very protective for your wrist and support, then give yourself something like a Rival with the wrist lock 2, or another glove that puts more of an emphasis on that. But you do have that patent leather that goes over the red metallic leather on the back. Very smooth feel to that. The 10-ounce weight tag, and you also have the gold piping at the very bottom. You do have that navy blue polyester satin liner. Nothing too crazy there. Coming around this side, I'd say about an inch of medium density padding on the back of the wrist, and maybe an eighth of an inch of medium density padding on the inside of the wrist. Long, flat white laces with round tips at the end. You also have double stitching on the palm side, no ventilated holes anywhere on the palm nor the thumb. A really nice large firm grip bar, which I like a lot. You can definitely feel it, especially when you have your hand in there. And you also have a leather attached thumb in that metallic gold. So you can see it for yourself, just a beautiful looking glove. And when it hits the light, you can really see how that metallic leather shines. But overall, very well designed. Quality wise is right up there. Beautiful leather, nice quality there. I put the gloves on the scale. The left glove was exactly at 10 ounces. The right glove was at 10.3. So in terms of being on point with weight, the left glove is exactly on point. The right glove is a little bit over, not by much, but again, pretty much on point with weight with each other. The symmetry of the glove, the height, the width is exactly where it needs to be at. The thickness of the padding is maybe about an inch to an inch and a half in total thickness. Rotating to the palm side, you see the gloves look pretty much identical. On the thumb side, again, looks great. And then also the logos themselves match up, both in terms of positioning of the height and how centered they are on the back of the glove. The stitching throughout the glove is very well done. No areas that are a red flag or kind of point out to say, okay, that was done really bad. These are definitely better, in my opinion, overall than their training gloves that I did a review on. Not their current training gloves, but I did a review on some Angelus training gloves a couple of years ago. They were all blue, and those are okay, but these are definitely a step up from those. But a beautiful glove there. Here's the right glove. Everything done very nicely. Stitching done well. Glove is pretty well balanced, obviously for a fight glove, so the distribution of the foam padding throughout the wrist, as well as into the palm area and into the finger compartment feels really good as well. Putting the gloves on for comfort. Okay, so the first thing you notice is the satin liner feels really good. I don't have any excess material in the hand compartment. I say one critique I do have is that the finger compartment is a little bit narrow. So you can see how, let me take this right glove off, I don't even know why I put it on. This finger compartment kind of rounds out a little bit. I feel like really my pinky finger, I would say it's mostly my pinky finger, maybe my index a little bit into my middle finger, but it's mostly my pinky finger that I feel is kind of jamming into my ring finger a little bit because of how kind of rounded this out is. And it kind of is a little bit on the narrow side. So that's something to keep in mind for those of you that have bigger fingers and longer fingers. Thumb positioning is perfect, as well as the depth of the finger compartment. When I make a fist, you can see that the attached thumb does its job, not allowing it to flare out. About an inch of medium to soft density foam padding on the back of the wrist. And the grip bar feels amazing. You can really grip down onto that. You do have what feels to be just like a little piece of felt that covers the stitching on the finger compartment. And the gloves are extremely broken in, which you would expect from a glove this soft. So in terms of being able to open and close your hand, which you should be able to for a fight glove, you can do that with no issues for both gloves. So I'd say my biggest critique is going to be just that finger compartment being a little bit on the narrow side. Thumb feels good, grip bar position is good, and of course the wrist support, I wouldn't necessarily say that's more of a comfort thing, but the wrist support, again, is definitely more on the wider side. The base of the thumb piping at the base feels good as well. It gives you enough room for your hand to breathe. One thing you also notice is the piping on the palm on this glove runs more wide as well. So you can notice that one, there's no elastic holding the two pieces of piping together. Usually a lot of gloves will have a piece of elastic right there to hold the two sides together. With this, you'll notice that it doesn't have that. But together with that, the piping itself is is not pulled in. A lot of times they'll stitch the piping and then they'll bring it in kind of more closer towards the section and then come down so that the two piping pieces of piping kind of sandwich together. With this one, it's like they just kind of came up with the piping and came back down. It's almost like they just made like a U-turn and didn't come closer again. So that's on both gloves. So it's a little bit more roomy and larger in this portion of the glove. Protection and performance wise, to me, this is definitely a puncher's glove. Not very protective at all. For those of you that are gonna use this for training, they feel really good on the mitts. You can feel every shot land with this glove. I definitely would recommend limiting or not using this for heavy bag work. I mean, you could use it for heavy bag work, but if you are, man, I would probably reserve it for the more softer filled heavy bags. Using this on a really dense heavy bag is going to, you're gonna eat right through this padding very quickly, and you don't really have any protection over your knuckles, really, honestly. Again, that's all subjective. Everyone's different when it comes to their hands. So if you do, at the very least, I would recommend using some type of knuckle pad to kind of supplement, to give yourself a little extra protection, because you're going to feel every shot with this, using this on a more densely filled heavy bag. So in my opinion, unless you're using this for a sanctioned fight, I would probably limit to using this for like mitt work, using it like on the double end bag, the Cobra bag, softer filled bags, and probably stay away from the more densely filled bag, just because you want to preserve the longevity of the padding as well as your hands. Cost-wise, I did mention this earlier. I got these on eBay, so that's not going to be a good representation of how much these gloves cost. My best thing to tell you is just to reach out to Angelus. The Boxer Boutique sells their training gloves for $180, so that kind of gives you an idea of probably what the ballpark will be for these gloves. But say, for example, they are $180. I think that's definitely a really great deal for a beautiful Mexican-made glove, and this, beautiful red metallic as well as gold metallic. A couple small opportunities they could work on, but outside of that, I'm very satisfied with these gloves. So if you guys have any questions or comments, you guys know what to do. Put them down below. I'll put the link to Angelus's Instagram as well as the Boxer Boutique for the training gloves down below in the description box, so you guys can check it out. And I will see you guys later. Peace.